Once again, we are stomping around the world looking for the last morsel of food, but also need to sit down and watch some anime. And this is Girls' Last Tour, where nothing ever really seems to go right, but not too wrong anyway. Well, as far as it can go wrong with the world being somewhat destroyed. But I enjoyed the last episode. They were having fun, making some nutritious meals for each other. But what now? Just continuing moving upwards and onwards, trying to reach the upper strata, seeing what else this world has in store for them. I'm going to be along for the ride, and hopefully you are as well. So, I'm not going to beat around the bush any longer. Sit down, get a drink, because we need to begin. For a second there, I really thought that the visual was broken for a second, but no, just some echoing footsteps. Another... I was going to say camera sound, but that's a radio, isn't it? With that antenna. No signal. What kind of other electronics are they going to stumble across? Yeah, what a weird layout. Have they come across an Amazon factory? Each one of those lockers containing another piece of history of this world. And if it is a radio, if they can get it working, whether it be batteries or just like the antenna and signal, is there going to be a station out there still trying to transmit? I do love this journey that we're having. So we know it's bleak. We know it's probably not going to have the warm, heartfelt ending that we would have expected this kind of genre, considering the world itself. And yet they're still having the time of their life of what they're able to come across. Excuse me. Memories. Well, good thing that they have the journals to go by. Right down this... I mean, they could try, but some open-air storage facility, though, is kind of odd. Did they only check that one drawer? I mean, there is a lot of doors and drawers here, so some of them might have something good in it. Ah, I see. So it's just if there is one that seems a little open. Maybe go up another step so you're not stretching so much. Ooh. Treasure. Huh. Well, I'm sure they can MacGyver up something. I mean, why leave it behind? Yeah. Could come in useful, you never know. I'm half expecting the button to be a invaluable addition to their inventory. handkerchief. Aye. Got some weird noise coming from this thing. Ah, so get him in the drawer, why don't you? Is that snow? It definitely seems that way. Ah, these statues are back. I forgot to check. I forgot to check the amount of photos remaining and the date. Ah. And they have a lot of photos to go through. Really? Is there a photo of him? Does she? Well, I can't really say too much without images to keep it all fresh in my mind. So little gets stored. Not likely, considering how vast this place actually is. But if they help others on their journey, the little interactions they have might come out to benefit those around them. They never actually stopped to look at the drawers themselves. Forgotten or stored for prosperity. If only they could find a way to unlock them, with them being so tight. Ah, oh no. So you're going grave robbing! I mean, memories of the past, if it is, yeah, not literal graves, but memories of who was once there. I mean, you could say the same about all of their houses and rooms that they passed before. Is remnants that people used to be there. Ah, so they're not fully alone. Well, that's a... And what is it always trying to look at? Oh, I like the music here. Wow, that was an interesting camera angle with the snow melt. The things he found. Wow, it's gonna... Oh, the button as well. What about the radio? I mean, sure, grave robbing isn't... Yeah, do they remember which came from which drawer? but now with a slick layer of snow on top. Makes the climb a little more treacherous. Are they once again climbing a tower? How long does it actually take to get to the top of one of those spirals? This one has seen better days. How does the beam just come down like that? Surely the reverberation of their vehicle isn't bad enough to really jolt this entire place. I mean, it's holding up the floor above. When you're constantly surrounded by danger, the fear of death can't get any worse. What were they used for, and what's with this center pillar? Why is it so, I don't know, artistic? Yeah, this incline of this spiral isn't the greatest. Or is the tower moving around them and they're staying stationary? The fact that they're probably going up this tower for like a day. Yeah, just don't look down. Don't look over the edge. Because you'll take no risks ever, no way to try and entertain yourself. Is this where she gets splattered in the face by a beam for standing up there? If she does learn to let loose a little and enjoy herself just a small amount, that would be some good character growth. Then you may want to pull over, stop the vehicle, otherwise you'll be falling for quite a while. Good thing, this thing has pretty good brakes and a terrible top speed, so you're actually going that fast. Well, at least it can back up, go on the outside for a little bit. If they had to turn around and go all the way back down into a different pillar, it would be amusing. It's like the people who go on those like tall buildings with a glass floor. Personally, I don't think I'd be terrified by that. Just ingrain the message into her mind, thoroughly get her ready for what has to be done. Hopefully this has a good enough turning circle to actually get onto the main path. But hopefully this little outer balcony can support the weight. Yeah, just go. You don't have much of a choice, do you? Well, no one else is coming up the tower, or getting down it, for that matter. Let's hope no one was walking about below. I think she's had enough excitement for one lifetime now. First with the elevator and now this. Nothing like a fear of death to make you appreciate the small things. Sleep, wake up, eat, move, sleep. I mean... Putting it in a way where their lives themselves are just like the tower. Never really moving forward, just... It all goes down the drain at the end. Oh, wow. Moonlight. It certainly looks big. I like this place feeling very much half-baked and industrial, with things cramped on top of each other. I think she's trying not to at the minute, yeah. They have to pick the most optimal path. I mean, what was some of that? That's what you need to look for. A good stick. It will serve you well. As long as there's no lightning or anything. Hopefully the pull of the moon isn't so strong. But also, how freezing would... I like that little variation before the ladder. But yeah, in the footsteps, I mean. How freezing would it be here, considering the snow and the altitude? Mm-hmm. What an odd sense of skylights they have in this room. And therefore it means destruction time. There's nothing of use here. She can go manic. That's when the power of the moonlight is revoked. Let's hope there was nothing... Let's hope there's nothing of actual use that was knocked onto the floor. That one has a lid. Or a cap. And I'm guessing it's not lemonade. There's only one way to find out. 14%. Wow. Ah. Maybe not 14% then. You know what else is golden water? You might want to be careful with that. But to be able to see the colour of the drink clearer. Ah. I mean, it would warm them up, I guess. Enjoying the power of the moonlight and a bit of beer. Yeah, let her be the guinea pig first. Ah, connoisseur, I see. I mean, better than nothing. And they had 3 bottles of this, we saw. It's going to be a fun evening. Well, it's already done now. Ah, they actually went through all 3 of them. Well, I'm not having another evening like that. I see. So she's a clingy drinker. I think we've came to that understanding long ago. Several other episodes. I like that shot. Yeah, the moon drives you crazy. Definitely not what was the contents of those bottles. Moon or no. It's all fun and games until someone falls through a skylight. But in a world like this where it's memories of the departed and what little there is remaining, I'll let them have this one. A sense of joy in a world thoroughly devoid of it. They're probably going to sleep quite well. But to cap this episode off with drunk ramblings and humming and freeze frames of some of their antics. I mean, they've been climbing. That might be a little out of reach. Even Ishii never dreamed of that. She getting hungry? I think she's... Ah, okay. I was going to say, I think she's a bit past the talkative stage. Ah, I see. She's a little more resilient. From grave robbing to underage drinking, is there nothing these girls hold sacred? After a harrowing near-death experience, managing to stumble across a room with a few extra bottles which had never been looted yet. How lucky. Hopefully the shelf life of this beer is decent. Don't want it spoiling. Obviously, wines and craft beers and whatnot don't really have a age limit, which is good, but I'm not sure I trust pretty much anything in this world. A little bit of contamination. But then again, they were highly advanced, so maybe they knew about that. Still, with it filtered through moonlight, yeah, it must have been nice. With the almost shrines of everyone that was once here, the button, the cloth, bullet casing, now it's all returned. I do wonder, with some of those drawers being locked tight and inaccessible, if they actually contained proper, decent things. That's why they're locked up tight. But also, we didn't see her return the radio. Was that one left? Oh no, I forgot to put this one back. Because if it just ends there, so, oh cool, we found this little device. No idea what it does. Oh, and it's gone again. I feel that's a missed opportunity. Also, I've been watching a lot of archaeology stuff recently, because yes, I am that kind of boring old man. But seeing the worm-like statues, whether or not it's meant to have faces looking over this gravesite, or the remnants of the city, a history and record that people were once here, and seeing that also occurred many years throughout our history of our species. Cave paintings of families that used to live there, creatures and hunters in the savannah. Just the depiction of art itself. Though language and its meaning may be lost over time, the fact that these drawers still meant something to someone down there, and we can gain that from it, is a... I thought that I hadn't really contemplated before. Like, if the world completely went to pot, what would I have to leave a legacy? I mean, if the internet just shut off one day, oh god. But I do like that my Sundays, which can be rather slow, is made better by this show being how I feel about the day, actually. I'm just trying to enjoy it while not being too strenuous, exploring what may once have been and what they come across, and having fun with friends. Well, friends might be pushing it a bit. Unavoidable acquaintances. We've seen some of the damage that those two do to each other. But as they rise up further, coming across certain artifacts of the past and technology, as it keeps raising up, are they going to find more and more? Is less going to be looted? Or is it still going to remain an empty world? Just remnants and ghosts of the past. Whether or not they find the camera guy, or... even though they said his name in this episode, I can't remember it. So, camera guy, or Ishi. Or anyone that may have actually interacted with them. Legacy they're going to leave for themselves. At the minute, it's some tyre tracks, some damaged infrastructure, and a couple of journals. One slightly crispy. But I really, really do like this show, and hopefully you agree with me. If I entertained you at all, let me know. If you leave a like on the video, it really helps me out. Maybe a word or two down in the comment section below. And if you don't want to miss out, consider subscribing to the channel so that you can watch any other episodes that come out. But also, check down in the description for a link to my Discord if you want to hang out a little bit after the facts are done. So, hope to see you there. But get some rest. There's so much to explore. So I'll see you there.